I am Sarah, and our descent into the abyss began with a simple dare, a challenge among thrill seekers to uncover the secrets of an ancient ritual whispered to bestow unimaginable power. Little did we know that our quest for adrenaline would unleash malevolent forces that would haunt us with nightmarish consequences. The rumors spoke of an ancient book, its pages laden with forbidden knowledge, hidden within the crypts of a decaying mansion nestled on the outskirts of town. As the group's de facto leader, I couldn't resist the lure of the unknown. The mansion, a dilapidated structure cloaked in shadows, seemed to beckon us with promises of power that transcended mortal understanding. With flashlights cutting through the inky darkness, we entered the mansion's hollow halls. The air, thick with the scent of decay, bore witness to the passage of time that had left the once grand estate in a state of eerie dilapidation. Our footsteps echoed like distant whispers, and the walls seemed to absorb our every movement with a spectral intensity. In the mansion's heart, we uncovered the ancient book, an ominous tome bound in weathered leather and adorned with cryptic symbols that seemed to writhe with an otherworldly energy. As we delved into its pages, the air grew heavy with the weight of forbidden knowledge. The ritual, a dark ceremony promising power beyond imagination, beckoned us to unravel its secrets. The group, fueled by a shared hunger for the unknown, prepared to perform the ancient rite within the mansion's desolate chambers. Candles flickered with an unnatural glow, casting shadows that seemed to dance with unseen entities. The ritual, a convergence of the living and the arcane, unfolded with an ominous intensity that transcended mortal comprehension. As we chanted the incantations, the air vibrated with an unseen force. Whispers, indistinct yet laden with malevolence, echoed through the chamber like ethereal sirens, warning of the impending descent into the abyss. Shadows coalesced into spectral forms, and the mansion itself seemed to pulse with an ancient heartbeat that resonated with the forbidden rite. The ritual, now a living entity that defied the laws of reality, manifested with a supernatural intensity. The group, initially united by a shared quest for power, became pawns in a nightmarish game, played by forces beyond mortal understanding. The air, saturated with an otherworldly energy, seemed to shimmer with the malevolent presence that had been unleashed. The consequences of our actions manifested in vivid nightmares that blurred the lines between reality and the supernatural. Faces twisted in agony, the spectral visages of tormented entities, haunted our dreams with silent screams that echoed through the corridors of the subconscious. The mansion, now a realm of twisted realities, became a prison for the living, entangled in the consequences of the forbidden rite. Desperation seized us as we faced the nightmarish consequences that followed our trespass into the arcane. Shadows, once passive observers, became sentient entities that slithered through the chambers with a relentless malevolence. The group, now plagued by apparitions that seemed to materialize from the very fabric of the ritual, sought to unravel the tangled threads of the supernatural nightmare that ensnared us. The mansion, now a battleground between the living and the arcane, seemed to warp with a surreal intensity. Doors creaked open and closed with an unseen force, and the air pulsated with whispers that guided us toward the heart of the nightmarish maelstrom. The ritual, a malevolent force that defied containment, seemed to feed on our fear with an insatiable hunger. In the midst of the supernatural storm, we encountered manifestations that transcended the boundaries of the mortal realm. Apparitions of tormented entities, their faces etched in eternal agony, appeared and vanished with an ethereal grace. The mansion, now a conduit for the malevolent forces unleashed by the forbidden rite, bore witness to the spectral entities that sought revenge for the intrusion into the arcane. The group, fragmented by fear and paranoia, faced a relentless onslaught of nightmarish consequences. Members vanished into the shadows, swallowed by the spectral abyss that seemed to devour the living with an insidious glee. The ritual, now a relentless force that transcended the boundaries of the arcane, unleashed horrors that defied rational explanation. As the supernatural maelstrom reached its climax, I found myself standing alone in the mansion's heart, the epicenter of the nightmarish consequences that had unfolded. The air, thick with an unseen malevolence, seemed to close in on me with a suffocating intensity. Shadows, now animate entities that slithered through the desolate chambers, circled like predators closing in on their prey. Desperation seized me as I sought to unravel the tangled threads of the arcane nightmare that ensnared us. The ancient book, now a conduit for the malevolent forces, lay open on the floor, its pages fluttering with an ethereal energy. The ritual, a relentless force that defied containment, seemed to pulse with an insidious desire to claim its final victim. In a moment of clarity, I uttered a plea for release from the nightmarish consequences that bound us to the arcane. The shadows, once animated by malevolence, recoiled as if repelled by an unseen force. The mansion, now a silent witness to the supernatural struggle, seemed to exhale a spectral sigh as the nightmarish maelstrom began to subside. As the last echoes of the ritual faded, the mansion's hollow halls fell into an eerie silence. The group, fragmented and forever changed by the nightmarish consequences, emerged from the supernatural ordeal with a chilling awareness of the forbidden knowledge that lay dormant within the arcane. The ancient book, now closed and seemingly dormant, bore witness to the malevolent forces that had been unleashed by our quest for power. The ritual, once a living entity that transcended mortal understanding, seemed to retreat into the shadows of a forbidden past, leaving behind the haunted chambers of a mansion, forever scarred by the nightmarish consequences of the arcane. As I stepped out of the mansion, the air seemed to clear of the supernatural maelstrom that had ensnared us. The echoes of the forbidden rite, now distant whispers, lingered in the desolate corridors like a cautionary tale. The thrill seekers, forever marked by the nightmarish consequences, left the mansion with a newfound awareness that some secrets are best left buried in the shadows of the arcane, where the unimaginable power promised by ancient rituals comes at a nightmarish cost that transcends the boundaries of the living and the arcane.